Peace. Thanks for tuning in to Spearz and Micz, where we cover hip hop, knowledge, and the streets. Irv Gotti, rest in peace, man.
Well,
It's sad to hear it, you know. What are your thoughts, Watt?
um, yeah, man. Condolences to his family, man. He's a legend.
54, 54 years
Yeah,
old, too
yeah,
young.
yeah. He's definitely a legend, man. Outside of Ja Rule, he's responsible for DMX,
Hmm.
Jay-Z to a degree, Ashanti, of course,
Hmm.
Mike Geronimo. Um, he threw Fat Joe a lot of joints.
Yeah, a lot
Um,
of alley-oops. Big
yeah,
hits.
um. He kind of like resurrected Def Jam.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's funny you said that. My best man, Jay Brigante, that worked at Def Jam, he said the same exact thing. He said, we got to give Irv the credit because he kind of like, Def
Nah, he
Jam
did.
was like slowing down a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
and he brought it back on fire and probably made it hot to the point where a lot of people got money and
Mm-hmm.
more acts got signed, the bigger contracts, you know what I'm saying, based on Irv Gotti's moves. And a dope producer too, you know what I'm saying?
Yep,
Like,
yep. Word.
beyond the mogul aspect of the brother Irv Gotti, um, you know what I'm saying? Like he has a lot of production credits. And I'm gonna be real, like I was in tune with a lot of them, but then when I was looking at the lineup, I'm like, yo, it's a lot of hits and
Nah, he got a lot of
a
joints,
lot of
man.
charted hits, you know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
And
A
even
lot of charted
outside of
hits.
the music, well, it ties into music also.
Hmm.
I remember you and I talking a couple days ago that you said you never watched Tales, and
Hmm.
I told you me and my wife was definitely in tune with Tales, and we was looking forward to the new season. I think the concept was dope. How he took classic
That it
hip hop
was.
records and made like short stories about them. And me and my
Hmm.
wife was tuned in. Like we're gonna talk about 50 Cent in a minute, but like I don't like how like if someone has a rival, they kind of like make you choose sides. Like I
Right.
like them both. I wasn't like too big of a Ja Rule guy. You know what I'm saying? Like that, just that's just my preference. You know what I'm saying? It had nothing to do with 50. You know what I'm saying? But I respected his work. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? I wasn't copping none of I never copped any of his music though.
me neither.
I've listened, but I never copped physical
Hmm.
like copies of his music. But I definitely was a fan of Mike Geronimo
Yeah,
and
big facts. Oof.
with Irv, Irv is from Hollis and I'm from St. Albans, Farmers Boulevard. And I remember growing up, my barber, Dimitri, um, he was cool with Irv Gotti. And I remember like this was like early 90s. Might have been like 9-2, 9-3 maybe. And I remember going to the barber shop on Farmers and 114th. There was a barber shop there across the street from the laundromat. It's not even a laundromat or a barber shop across the street anymore. But I used to go to Dimitri, he was my barber, and Irv Gotti used to be in there, and he was always loud. And I'm like, yo, why this dude always yelling like right here? And they
Hmm.
used to have the Sega Genesis in there. And I remember
Madden.
before
Y'all
nah,
playing
not
Madden?
even Madden. It was Joe Montana football.
Right,
You
because
know what I'm
Madden
saying?
came out
Before the Madden.
94.
Yeah. So they had Joe Montana. And I used
Yeah,
to be in there playing against Irv Gotti. You know what I'm saying? And I had no idea who he was until
right.
one day I'm sitting at home, you know what I'm saying? Because I always wonder, I'm like, yo, like, why? I used to ask him, he's like, yo, why he always yelling? You know what I'm saying? And then you
Hmm.
find out later on that was just his personality. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? Like,
right.
always hype. You know what I'm saying? You see him in
Hmm.
interviews, always hype. So I remember
Yeah.
one day I was home and I'm watching Video Music Box. I think it was Video Music Box. And um Shit's Real comes on.
Hmm.
And I see Irv Gotti with Mike Geronimo. There's a scene where they sitting on the bed in the apartment and they,
Peace to Mike Geronimo.
right, word. And they're just, and I'm like, yo, I know him. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
I'm
right,
like, I
right.
know him. I know him from the barbershop. I'm like, so he's
Word.
somebody. And I didn't even know he was a producer then. I had no
Right.
idea, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because I honestly, I never checked for Cash Money Click. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
That wasn't, like I said, that wasn't my type of thing. I might have like seen a video maybe back in the days, but I never really paid it no mind. I probably heard it and then just like dismissed it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? No disrespect to them, but that just wasn't my thing when I was that
Hmm.
age, you know what I'm saying? But I
Right.
definitely when Mike Geronimo, when that video came out, I was like, wow, you know what I'm saying? And then
Yeah.
of course, you know, Ja Rule, of course, the murderers and all of that. But yeah, definitely hip hop lost one, you know, regardless of how you feel about him.
Yeah.
Um he definitely was an intricate piece
Yep.
in hip hop history, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely. And not only as a producer, but like his original element where he was a DJ, you know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? That's kind of a natural transition for DJs to become producers. And I mean, then he went to the business side of things and he did very well for himself. I want to do a quick rundown on him. I'm not going to name them all because this brother got credits galore when it comes to music, but I was just kind of mind blown. It starts from 1994, like the brother Watt has said, when Shit's Real with Mike Geronimo. And this is some of his production credits. Like I said, I'm not gonna go through all of them, but it is in chronological order. So he did Can I Get a What with Hove and Ja Rule. That's then he did Hotspot with Foxy Brown. He did Grand Finale with DMX and Ja Rule, which is also with Method Man and Nas. He did Holla Holla, of course, with Ja Rule. He did What's My Name by DMX. I like that one a lot too. What's My
Mm-hmm.
Name?
Mm-hmm.
Come Back in One Piece. Aaliyah featuring DMX. That's probably like on one of them soundtrack. Oh, Romeo
That was
Must
on,
Die.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
that was on
that's
the Jet Li joint.
right, right. Dope movie
Yeah,
too.
yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
Romeo Must Die, I think. Yeah.
yeah, Romeo Must Die. Yes, indeed.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Between Me and You, Ja Rule and Christina Milian, which was a big hit.
Mm-hmm.
Um, what's it called? Put It On Me. That's a monster record with Ja
Crazy.
Rule and Little Mo and Vita. You know what I'm saying? 6 Feet Underground, Ja Rule. How We Roll, Big Pun featuring Ashanti. I Cry, Ja Rule, Little Mo. That's a monster.
Yeah. Fire. Word.
That's
Mm-hmm.
a monster smash right there. I'm
Mm-hmm.
Real, Murder Remix with J Lo featuring Ja Rule. Living It Up, Ja Rule, featuring Case. Always on Time, Ja Rule. I mean,
Fire.
these are big
Yeah.
hits,
Some,
and
yeah.
I'm
Mm-hmm.
looking at the chart. I'm looking at the chart positions, and there's a lot of number ones, and number twos here. Rainy Days, Mary J. Blige with Ja Rule. Down As Bitch, Ja Rule. Down For You, Irv Gotti featuring Ja Rule. Gangsta Lovin', Eve featuring Alicia Keys. Just the list goes on. A lot of Ashanti records, a lot. Work with Lloyd. Who else? More Ashanti, more Ashanti. It's just a lot of work. And the brother definitely established himself. I believe he sold all his masters, if I'm correct, for like
Mm-hmm.
100 million. So
Mm-hmm.
like that's to show you 100 million. And I believe the people that bought his masters actually gave him an additional 200 million to invest in his film projects and some of his ideas. So I think that's like 300 million total. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's close to like $500 million that they were willing to give him. So if they made a $3 million investment in Irv, you could imagine that they project that catalog to be worth way more than 3 mil.
300.
300 mil, sorry,
Right.
300
Right.
mil. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean? So, that's quite a feat. It's those are numbers, and that's a territory that most people in hip hop don't even reach. You can only dream about it or aspire to get to that level. You know what I mean? So shout out to Irv Gotti. I
Right.
know many, many people in hip hop, it's kind of sad to me. This is what I don't like. I don't like that the controversy. Like 50 gonna have his beef with Irv, and that's whatever. Like that's between them, right? You could like both artists. You don't have to agree with 50 Cent's moves. You don't gotta respect it. Feel how you feel. But what I don't like is kind of like overshadowing the brother's legacy and his work. More people are talking about 50 smoking on an Irv pack right now
Right,
versus Irv's achievements and what he
right.
meant to hip hop culture. So I think that's whack.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Um, I also don't um like their dynamic is was very serious, and
Indeed.
I think a lot of us have um ADD when it comes to a lot of situations because like we're looking for the next thing to happen and we're dismissing the past. Like they're programming us to dismiss the past like it never happened.
Hmm.
And what I mean is 50 Cent got shot 9 times. You know what I'm saying? He got shot 9 times, survived. We're not going to get into like the circumstances behind it. Everybody knows. It's public
Hmm.
information. You know what I'm saying? Or we know all of this stuff. He was um allegedly stabbed in the studio. You know what I'm
The
saying? That
dust
also
up,
happened.
dust up with
That
with
also
with
happened.
with Black Child and
Right.
Chris
And
Gotti.
Chris Gotti, right? Um, and then also Irv, and I'm not kicking dirt on Irv at all. But Irv said out his own mouth he tried to get 50 blackballed. So for the people that's commenting, talking about, oh, 50, like, you stoop to the lowest, the lows and all of that. What do you want the man to do? What is the man supposed to say?
Hmm.
I mean, he could have said nothing, but
Hmm.
you can't tell that man how to react.
Yep.
When he might have PTSD, he might have something like he could have lost his life both
Hmm.
times, not just with
Right.
getting shot with the studio thing too. So he
Yeah.
feels the way he's gonna feel probably
Right.
forever.
Yeah. And he would have never tasted success had that
Right.
blackballing worked.
Uh,
He closed a lot of
yeah.
doors on 50,
Mm-hmm.
right? Due to manipulation, due to
Mm-hmm.
influence. And then, luckily for 50, M and Dre took that chance with him.
Yep.
Um, cause
Because he might have been
man,
another
we
mixtape artist that didn't make it.
right, me and you were talking earlier, like Power to the Dollar getting shelved, right?
Mm-hmm.
We got warning shots on Columbia, but like, yo, the doors were closing on him, and he had records featuring Nas. You know what I'm saying
Mm-hmm.
on these
He was
joints,
touring with
like
Nas. He was opening for
right,
Nas.
right.
Remember before Fifth got shot. You know what I'm saying? He
He
was
was
popping.
also right, and remember he was on the what's the Onyx record he was on? He was in the video
React,
React.
react. Yep,
React.
yep,
That was a
react.
big look because
Mm-hmm.
for Onyx's third album, they really like that whole time during Def Jam was really hot, with the Month of the Man and all,
Mm-hmm.
all of
Mm-hmm.
that little era right there.
Right.
Everybody was focused on Def
And that was a
Jam.
Jam Master Jay joint that he got on with Onyx because remember he was a JMJ artist,
Indeed.
and so
Indeed.
was Onyx.
Right. Yeah, of course.
Um so that was dope. But like yeah, a lot of people, if I think like I said, we tend to forget, why 50 is like this. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people that are commenting, I know y'all not from New York, and I know y'all not from Queens, because like me and you were discussing earlier, like I went to junior high school with both sides, with Hollis and South Side. And same thing in high school, Hollis and South Side. You know what I'm saying? So I remember 50 said on a song when he was dissing them, like, yo, everybody know Hollis niggas and South Side niggas don't mess with each other. And it's
Hmm.
true that their beef spilled out into school, they're older than me. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? By a few years. I never was in like a school with them. I know people that went to Andrew Jackson with 50. You know what I'm saying? But the dudes my age that was rocking with Ja, and then there was dudes my age that was rocking with Fifth, like they were beefing with each other.
Hmm.
Like this wasn't no rap thing. You
Yeah,
know
it
what I'm
was deeper than
saying?
rap.
It
Yeah.
wasn't no rap thing. This thing spilled out into the street. People were really getting hurt behind this stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I remember going into the military, and that's when G Unit was like launching when I went into the Navy, and I'm hearing stuff that was going on in the street. So when, he's not gonna have anything good to say about
Right.
Irv's passing. Is it messed up? Probably, but I can't I can't say what that man is going through. You know what I'm saying? It
Right.
might be a trigger for him when he see them. That's why, like I think his success should be the best revenge for him because they did try to blackball him, but you know, he's taking it a little to another level with, being
Yeah.
as nonchalant and I guess trolling, if you want to call it trolling or whatever.
Yeah.
But
Man, it's definitely one of the longest standing beefs in hip hop. It's just dragged a long
yeah, and
time.
it's crazy because and another thing I think when you're interviewing these people, like 50 doesn't even rap anymore, right? So when you interviewing him, stop asking him about Ja Rule. Like I remember like I think he was on somebody's show, one of
Million
these
dollars worth of game.
no, 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 no. It's not urban, anything urban. It might have been. It wasn't Jay Leno. It was something like Jimmy Kimmel, something like that.
Like a big
And
a
they,
big platform.
yeah, and they asked him about Ja Rule, and I'm like, yo, why would you ask him about Ja Rule? You not from where he's from. Why you like this is not no hip hop stuff.
Yeah.
This is street stuff. And then
Right.
when something happens, your hands are clean from it. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? You don't know what's
Yeah.
going on, or I'm not with that. But why are you
Yeah.
asking him about it? Why every
Right.
time
Right.
we
Right.
see Ja, you asking him, whoever, whatever platform, why are you asking him about 50? Why
Right.
when you talking to Irv, why? And then Irv, Irv is animated. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So and all this stuff is coming out. Why are you even talking about it?
Right.
If it's street stuff, leave
Yeah.
it alone. If it's some hip hop beef, like if it was just a hip hop beef, that's something different. But people done
Yeah.
got shot, people done got stabbed, people done got beat up, robbed, all of this stuff, and y'all
Right.
still dragging it. You're
Right.
still asking questions about it to
Yeah.
get views and to get people talking again.
Right.
I think
It's probably
it's
triggering for
bad.
both of them too, you know what I'm
Right,
saying? Like, um, just on, it could have been life or death in certain situations. Um, so like to ask someone is kind of like with us when somebody asks us about, what happened in the UZN, like it's like a lot of pain, it's triggering.
right,
It's a lot of,
right, right,
you know
right,
what I mean? But what I do want to say is, regardless of 50's view on it and how he's moving with it, you know what I'm saying? I understand it, and that's him. But we could still honor the brother Irv Gotti for his
right,
contributions to the culture.
right.
Um, we should honor it regardless of what,
Because he had a lot.
regardless.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
had
did
a
a lot.
lot, did a lot, fed a lot of families. You know what I'm
Did a
saying?
lot.
Gave a lot of people a lot of hit records, a lot of joy. A lot of people probably had a lot of good times in clubs, dancing to the
Hmm.
records that, he put out there.
Hmm.
So, you know, peace to all his loved ones, his family, you know what I'm saying? Go check out his catalog, start from the beginning, go check out Mike Geronimo. I would love to hear some of his stories and thoughts on, his dealings with Irv. I think they had a
Well,
little fallout, right?
yeah, he was on Drink Champs, I think about a year ago or something. He didn't have a lot of good to say, so I don't think he should be
Mm.
interviewed and asked. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think I
yeah.
think Mike Geronimo, he's matured a lot, but when I saw him on Drink Champs, he had a lot of. It wasn't wild. He wasn't saying wild stuff. He was speaking his truth. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
On how he viewed things, how he internalized what happened to him, and it was wild. It was wild. So I don't think he should be interviewed, or, you know,
Yeah,
because that might be
yeah,
triggering for him. Because in the Drink Champs interview, he did seem a little triggered,
yeah,
by even expressing himself
Right.
about his career, you know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
and he
Right.
was
Right.
dope too. He was dope. I remember people were comparing him to Nas at one
Yeah.
point, you
Definitely.
know, because the flow and he had a dope flow. He
Yeah.
was nice. He was
The
nice,
brother was
man.
smooth with it. He was
Yeah,
smooth
yeah,
with
he
it.
definitely was.
For real.
Definitely was. Peace to Wastelands. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Definitely. Peace to
He,
Flushing.
Mark,
Word, man.
he was definitely a dope dude, man.
Yeah, man. But once again, rest in peace, Irv Gotti. Um, thank you for tuning in to Spears and Micz. You know, peace.
Peace.